Hey there everyone, how are we doing? First and foremost, my name is River Brown. I'm an instructor at the Tracker School. Just to let everyone know, we did just put out our entire new schedule. Might have more classes coming in the later of 2026, but we just put out almost a full schedule a little bit earlier than we usually do it just because we wanted to have everyone prepared. Getting into our next online class, December 8th through the 12th, we have the skills to gift. You know, a lot of the stuff we build and create in woods or bushcraft or, for a survival situation tends to vary in length, whether you're making a bow that takes 80 hours or, a basket, which most of your opportunity for that basket is gathering. So skills to gift, holidays coming around, you're going to want to give something to your family, your friends, something personal, something handmade, something that's not going to take you a very long time. You'll have to put some effort and time into it, but it's not going to take you months to create. This class will let you dive into skills that have the ability to make within the week and to make something really cool and memorable. December 15th to the 19th, we have skills put to the test. This is a free online class that dives into everyone from the Tracker School that have been on TV shows like Alone, Naked and Afraid, or have just done their own survival experience. It gets into, personalized questions and full accounts of what they had to experience, something that the cameras don't show. And I really like the idea of this class because it brings a lot of the shows and a lot of personal experiences together where, it's kind of an overarching theme of what did you need to do? Were you actually put to the test? Was it easier or harder than you thought? I think it's really cool, and especially being free, we want to reach as many people as possible. Our next in-person classes will be the Philosophy 1 and Philosophy 2 workshops that, are back-to-back weeks. January 11th to the 17th is Philosophy 1, and then the 18th to the 25th is Philosophy 2. The philosophy classes dives deeper, it shows you an appreciation of what all of this around us means, how it's all kind of intertwined and interworking, the complete foundation of how Grandfather and Tom did everything. Absolute love and admiration they had for everything in nature, whether it was just a blade of grass or a bald eagle flying overhead. It's the foundation and core elements to every skill that we do here at Tracker. Next, after that, we have a couple weeks off, but getting into it, we have the Standard and the Skills Village that are running back to back. I'm very excited about these two classes because they're in my, I like to say hometown of Florida, but I grew up in Jersey as my father did, but moved down here quite a bit ago, and I have such an appreciation for all of the life that Florida gives to us. We used to run classes when I was much smaller, and we had an amazing time, especially when it starts to get a little bit colder in the areas we typically teach. So coming in February 8th, we have a standard class, that basic level of training, the foundation of the skills. We're scraping the foundation of all of these skills that we're teaching you, and we're getting you into it in the heart and thick of the Florida woods, whether it's the swamp or the prairie or everything in between. This standard class is going to be different, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. It's just going to be quite a different experience that absolutely excited for. We have our Skills Village from the 15th to the 21st. Skills Village was a class that me, Matt, and Carmen Corradino kind of thought of to have something else other than just the standard. So the three classes in that, Matt Corradino will be teaching hunting, Carmen Corradino will be in basketry and basket making, and I'll be doing a trapping and baiting class, something that I've grown very fond of over the past couple of years. Speaking on that, for Florida, we're renting out a different spot, and we don't have the available landscape to have as many as we usually would. It is capped, so just make sure if you're gonna sign up for it early. After that, we have our escape class, March 8th to the 14th. I think this is such a moving and life-changing class. The escape class is phenomenal. It's quite changing. It's quite an intense class, getting into that aspect of we need to get out, we need to do something, I need to save my family, I need to make sure that we're okay. The escape classes really pushes those boundaries, but also keeping it in a safe and controlled environment to be able to understand how your body and your environment affects you. It's an absolute amazing class that we haven't ran in a while, so definitely sign up. Next up, we have our Standard and Caretaker class running back to back in April. The Standard, as I said, that basic foundation of all of your survival physical skills. There'll be some other skills in there as well, but getting into that nitty gritty, that scraping of that foundation. And then we're running into that Caretaker class. As we teach at the Tracker School, we always try to make the landscape better than what we come into. You always hear the hiking term, leave no trace. But for us as trackers, we want to make sure that, hey, we're going in there and maybe some things are overgrown or some of the trees are choked up and there's there is death, there is dying, and trying to make that as best as possible. So going into an area and caretaking it, making sure that land is thriving, flourishing, being alive. Let that land live because of you. You know, next up, two great classes, the Advanced Standard and the Advanced Tracking and Awareness. The Advanced Standard coming in May 17th to the 23rd. The Advanced Standard, you know, we teach you all of these skills in the standard class, and it's quite, we are loading you up with knowledge. The Advanced Standard, we are getting you out there and building as many physical skills as you can. You know, we get into bow making, arrowhead making, bowl making, pottery, fish spears, so many other things. And it's such an awesome transition from learning all of that foundations to getting hyper specific and allowing yourself to get out there and build so many things. It is a great class of a lot of workshop, a lot of late nights, and we truly have a lot of fun at this class. Right after that, we have the Advanced Tracking and Awareness class. A little shift from the Advanced Standard. You know, something that Tracker has been well known for is tracking. Surprising. But the Advanced Tracking and Awareness, you know, you get into harder and harder tracking substrates that really get you to focus on the very finite detail of what comes into tracking. You know, there's this overarching tracking. You can get deeper and deeper with it. So the Advanced Tracking, we're just trying to get you into some of these crazy substrates that you'll track fox on, deer on, mice on. Granted, we have that, as I said, it's the Advanced Tracking and Awareness. The awareness of everything is key. You can't have tracking without awareness. You can't understand how things move without being aware of everything. So we put you into some awareness exercises to really dial in what it feels like to be aware. And last but not least, we have another standard class coming in the 2nd of August to the 8th of August. Couldn't be telling you more about the standard. It is a phenomenal and amazing, changing class. That foundation of all the skills, absolutely recommended. Back to back, we have the Awareness 1 class that's running from the 9th to the 15th. You know, the awareness class is a little bit different. This is something that was run 7-8 years ago, and this is just getting into more and deeper diving into those awareness exercises, allowing your body and your senses to be fully encompassed by what this all means and how it all feels. There will be different exercises and a lot of fun, but to the main focal point is we're just trying to drive home, what does this all mean? How is everything connected? How deeper can you get into all this connection? We are absolutely excited to see you here, well, here in February, but mostly in Jersey this year. Something that I forgot to mention, now until December 31st, all physical classes, we have $100 off. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I know I probably talked a lot. It's gonna be an exciting year. It's gonna be amazing, great, everything, every synonym I could think. And I'm really grateful that I can experience this and have this opportunity to teach and, you know, do what my father did and you know, keep this all going. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I'm excited for these next online classes, and I'm super stoked for these in-person classes too. Hope to see you guys. We'll be here. We'll be teaching. You guys have a great one, all right?